If you feel like your social media is stuck, if you feel like all your videos and posts are getting relatively the same amount of engagement and that you're stuck in that 500 to 1,000 view jail, it could be really, really frustrating. I talk to a lot of agents in our conferences, masterminds, and in our BAMX community, and so many of them are feeling extremely discouraged with the overall lack of reach in their content. And by the way, I'm feeling this too. It's getting harder and harder to capture people's attention on Instagram and on social media. And according to Instagram coach Brock Johnson, we're actually in what's known as a like recession, meaning people just aren't double tapping on posts anymore. That's just not how they interact with the content. And I don't know about you, but I rarely like stuff unless it's a close friend. Mostly I just scroll on social to be entertained, to laugh, to get some value. And if something is really funny or really informative, that's when I'll share it either in a DM or actually just in a text message. And according to Brock Johnson, there have been 34% more reels posted in 2025 than in 2024. So there's just a huge oversaturation of content, and people are seeing like 10,000 posts per day on average now. And if that's the case, I'm probably seeing 100,000 posts per day. So the point of all this is to say that you need to shift your mindset with how you create content with how people are interacting with it today. Gone are the days where 100 people are just going to like your open house template just because they like you as a person. The top metrics that determine the virality and engagement of your content are average watch time, meaning how long they actually stay on the video, and shares. And in this video, I'm going to break down 3 ways to get more shares on your real estate content to expand your reach and help you get more clients. By the way, if you don't know me, I'm Eric Simon. I'm the founder of The Broke Agent, the #1 humor brand in real estate, and the co-founder of BAM Media. And I've built one of the largest, most organic followings in real estate. So let's get into 3 ways to get more shares and give your content rocket fuel. Hyperlocal content is king right now. And if you've been paying attention to any of our BAM content or following the creators we've had on our shows like the Walkthrough podcast, you already know that the best way to capture attention on social right now as a real estate agent is by talking about what's happening in your community. But if you want to give your content that rocket fuel that I mentioned, the key is to cover what's new. Break the news, or at least talk about the news early. That might not sound revolutionary, but when you shift from just hyperlocal to new hyperlocal, you'll see a huge difference in engagement. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked to 2 agents on the Walkthrough who have completely blown up with hyperlocal content in their area. Their names are Kathy and Graham Tracy. Graham straight up said that their general business spotlights don't perform that well in comparison to something new, like a new coffee shop, a new restaurant, a new development. Those are the types of content that are going viral in their market. Why is this the case? It's because people want to be in the know. Your audience loves feeling like they're the first to find out something, so they share it with their friends. And think about it. What are you more likely to share? A realtor's opinion about some pizza place that's been in your community 40 years, or a new pizza place that just opened up in your shopping center? People don't really care about a realtor's opinion on Sugarfish or a sushi restaurant. You're not Gordon Ramsay, right? They want you to provide new, valuable information. So this doesn't mean you should stop posting about established local businesses. It just means that when you mix in new openings, community updates, and local news, your content just becomes way more shareable. So if you want to consistently find new hyperlocal content before everyone else, here are some tips. First, you got to set up Google Alerts. Create alerts for your city and neighborhood. Let's use Scottsdale as an example. Do Scottsdale real estate, Old Town Scottsdale development, new restaurant in Scottsdale. Follow key community anchors, schools, sports teams, major employers, local publications. Set up a Google alert for breaking in terms of opens, construction, development, renovation, housing reports, city council votes. And then of course, you got to follow local publishers and creators. Subscribe to local news outlets and patch pages. I don't know what the hell patch pages are, but you should subscribe to them. Follow hyperlocal Instagram accounts and influencers. Check your city's Reddit threads like Scottsdale or Phoenix, because Reddit actually breaks news before the media half the time these days. And then, of course, join local Facebook groups. Facebook groups are not dead at all, especially for spreading gossip of what's happening in the community. Scottsdale Moms, what's happening in Scottsdale for early chatter about openings, closures, and events. Also, you don't have to stress about being first to these stories. It's just about being early. It's about you being the one to provide that information to your followers before they see it on the local news. You just have to be first in your followers' feeds, because when your audience starts getting local updates from you, you become one of the most valuable accounts that they follow. So just combine hyperlocal news and you'll instantly boost your shares, your saves, and your reach, because people want to feel plugged in. And when they get the news from you, they'll be coming back for more. So the second way to boost your shares on social is to provide a little inside joke with your audience. Mention a little tidbit about your community that only people in your community would know. So let's use Graham and Tracy as an example. This is a hyperlocal piece of content that they did, and it not only is new information, but notice the little joke that they slipped in about the parking structure.
The first of 2 new bakeries just opened in Reston, and we're here to find out if this French Asian influenced bakery is worth the Reston Station parking. To Leisure, next to Vita Fitness and across from the JW Marriott, is spacious and bright. The perfect place for the thousands of people who will live, work, and play at the growing Reston Station. Inside, it's pastry taste heaven. Flaky croissants, Korean cream buns, and celebration-ready cakes, all made fresh every day. I tried the savory spinach feta Danish, an egg custard treat, the crookie, and the almond croissant, which I'm told sells out every day, so get there early. My favorite part, everything was fresh and not overly sweet, which, in my book, is the best kind of treat. So what are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments and share this video with a friend who likes a treat that's not too sweet.
Bonus, that's another way to get shares, is at the end of your video, you actually say, share this with a friend, and then give them a direct call to action. Share this with a friend who likes bakeries. Share this with a friend who likes to golf. So that's the account Greater Reston Living. Make sure you follow them for hyperlocal content. But notice what they did. At the beginning of that video, it was new information about bakeries, and then they slipped in that little private inside joke about the parking structure. So I'm from Tucson, Arizona. If I was doing hyperlocal content, I would say, hey, on the way to Arizona games, you always have to grab an EG's on Campbell Road, but make sure you beat the traffic and then take a different road, right? These are little kind of inside jokes that just make your audience feel like they're a part of your content. Anytime you can mix that in, that's really going to help boost your shares. All right, so those are the first 2 ways to get shares. Number 1, new information, not just hyperlocal spotlights, something that is new developments, new restaurants, new coffee shops. Number 2, provide a little inside joke with the audience, only that people in your community would know. That's going to give it that extra boost of credibility, like they're in on the joke with you. That's going to add to more shares. And now the third way to get more shares is, of course, collabing with the accounts of the local businesses that you're mentioning. Right now, it is harder and harder to gain reach on Instagram just posting as yourself. The business's audience that you're spotlighting, or the business's audience that you're talking about, if you collab with them, then you are also showing up in their feed. It's a whole new bunch of followers that are now going to see your content. And then it's also good for the local business because they're getting free advertising. But one thing that you shouldn't do is just post a video about a business and then invite them to collab on Instagram without letting the business know that you're doing a video about them, right? You should probably reach out to them beforehand, whether you actually go into the business itself or DM the account so that their social media manager can notify the business so that they're more likely to accept the collab. So I actually have a script here for you, and it's a DM script that Alyssa Kernut, who, if you've been following any of our content, is probably the hyperlocal queen in terms of real estate agents. This is what she sends to every single business to reach out. She says, hey there, my name is Alyssa Kernut, and I am a real estate agent here in Spokane. I share a lot of local business and places doing awesome things in our community here on my Instagram. I'm such a big fan of insert restaurant, boutique, spa, or whatever else it is, and would love to feature you on my page. Below, I'll share some previous examples of videos I've done so you can get a feel for what the final video would be like. Let me know if it's something you're interested in, and then we can find a good day/time that I could swing by and do a quick video shoot. Have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll chat soon. And then there's a link to a video example of what she's done for another hyperlocal business. So this will ensure that you get shares. Don't just do a spotlight about a random pizza place and then invite them to collab. I hate when people do that to my account. People do that with the broke agent all the time. But when people actually DM me and say, hey, I did this funny video, are you interested in collabing? I'm 1,000 times more likely to do it because I've already been prepared for what's coming. So use that script by Alyssa, and collab with local businesses. That's really going to help you get shares and increase your view count. So those are the 3 ways to get more shares and provide rocket fuel for your content: new information, inside jokes, and collab with the local businesses. By the way, if you want to learn from Alyssa Carnut, she's actually uploading an entire hyper-local course and training with PDFs, with the DM scripts into our BAMX community. There's a link down below to try this community, BAMX. It's a 7-day free trial. We provide hyper-local templates, video scripts, blogs, and emails to customize and send to your database to make all of this way easier for you, because it's hard creating content by yourself and trying to conjure up all these ideas. If you like this video, make sure you throw it a like and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be dropping marketing tips like this for you on a weekly basis. I'll see you next week.